I'm not finished.
Yeah.
I think they deserve that extra money be spent so that it's accurate. Job descriptions, I'm very glad, are included in the motion. We don't know what every employee does. We make assumptions. So that's why, and with my experience, it ain't that easy.
And let me just clarify with you, in talking with these people, part of that salary survey is forms that need to be filled out, interviews that are held, so that actual work and the things people do are part of it and evaluated. Okay, so we got job descriptions, pay rates, salary grades,
and that's for all
starting
county,
salaries,
that's for all county employees.
all county employees.
On non-contract.
You know,
And what?
all
I'm sorry.
applicable contracts, all applicable. All right. Okay, so that is the motion. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, please signify by
I
raising
guess I
your
have to
hand.
vote for it.
Yeah. All in favor, signify by raising your hand. All right, motion.
But I'm not happy about it.
I will make the phone call tomorrow to that individual and clarify the dollars and put your mind at ease.
Madam Clerk, please register that I support the motion with the same abstention.
That was court services, juvenile court, DA,
And Superior Court.
Superior Court.
Let me say this, Sheriff, I appreciate what you put forward. I appreciate the thoughts you put behind it. I think you gather from our discussion that we certainly want to do something meaningful.
I think you're gonna find out it's gonna be more money than what I proposed.
But if that's it,
It
he's
may
right.
be, but if so, then we need to step up to the plate and do it.
I totally agree. You won't hear any complaints from my staff.
Okay. And I don't think we should wait this long ever again to
Amen.
do something, because we need to keep, and frankly, maybe when we do look at increases each year for employees, it might not be a bad time to just say, okay, and let's bump the starting salary that way. That keeps the starting salaries up too.
That's what got us where we're at now.
Okay, so anyway, that's what we will discuss. That's all the stuff we'll discuss. I thank you all for being here tonight. We appreciate you very much. We do want to do something to you. We will promise to do something and to do it. Sure. Thank you very much. All right. We do have more meeting, folks, so if you please clear out quietly. The next item on the agenda is the adoption of the 15-16 general fund. It's part of the whole budget, okay. It's included in it.
You're number 8.
All right, number 8 is the on-site sewage management systems ordinance.
It's true. Mr. Chairman, this is something the health department requested that we amend our current ordinance to match
All right.
theirs.
Mr. Taylor, have you reviewed this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I have. I don't have any problems with it except for one section, 7.68. The proposed changes says the Harris County Environmental Health Specialist, i.e. the health department, or the person in the health department. And it says together with the Harris County Code Enforcement Officer shall jointly be responsible for. I have an issue with that. I think we need to approve it to say the Harris County Environmental Health Specialist of the County Health Department or the Harris County Code Enforcement Officer shall be responsible for the administration and enforcement of this ordinance. Otherwise, what you're going to have is you will have maybe the health department taking one position and the code enforcement officer taking another, or vice versa, and unless they can agree on it, then you may not be able to get your ordinance and the health regulations enforced. So I would recommend that you adopt that, the changes with that one caveat that I had mentioned in section 7.68.
Under 7.71, where it mentions the Harris County Planning Commission as being someone to be able to give certain permission, I don't believe they have the authority.
No, they don't.
So I think to delete that.
Yeah.
Now, you can, I think you can strike the planning commission out of that.
That's what I already did, I'm sorry.
Where the last sentence, of course, has been changed, that you can change take the planning commission out because they're only a recommending body.
Yeah. All right. So with those two changes, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve with the changes,
All
man.
right.
I'll
Second. All right. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries. All right. Wellness grant application.
Something we do annually.
This is, yeah, this is an annual thing, it's a repeat, we don't have to spend any money for it. It's just something that is done, and we do promote it quite a bit. So we have a motion to apply for this grant.
I move that we apply for a wellness grant.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to know exactly what was done last year, this year.
We had the health wellness fair at our
Community center.
about two. We've done we're instituting a walk tracking system that's promoted by our insurers. We've had planning luncheons. I think she had one of those. So we have to report back to the grant as to what we do, how much we spent, that kind of thing.
That's $5,600.
No,
I'm sorry, I
last year.
can't, Jim, I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I said, it requires, must be $20 per employee.
Up to, but we got a little over 3,000 this past year.
They do blood pressure checks.
We provide food, we have, we'll give away
No
things.
food cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's covered employees, for example, I'm not
Yeah.
covered because I have my TRICARE coverage, so I'm not part of it. So there's other, especially the sheriff department, some of the other ones have retired military as well, they don't have that.
Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by raising your hand. Motion carries. I've got one other thing on the new business, just want to bring your attention. As you know, we are one of the regions, 3 regions in the state that passed the TIA-SPLOST. I got a notification last week from the environmental company who has been contracted by the Georgia Department of Transportation to begin preparing the environmental documentation for the project to add the passing lanes on Highway 219. There are 3 different areas where it's going to be added. It starts in Muskogee County at Luther Land Road and moves forward from there to Luther Land Bridge to Manton Drive. The second site begins at the bridge on Mulberry Creek and goes to Old River Road, and then there's a short gap there, and the third site starts at Happy Hollow Road, and from the Mulberry Creek Road Bridge. So those 3, they were scheduled to be done in Tier 2, in Band 2 of those projects. They're getting ready to start their environmental, and it is within Band 2. So
Since that is in Jim's and mine district,
yeah,
can we get a copy of that?
you certainly can.
Yeah, that's the same thing you're meeting on the 22nd.
Correct, the
which you got.
22nd.
Yes, yeah. Greg, or Nancy, if y'all will send a copy to, send one to all commissioners about it, just so we're all aware of it in case we get questions on that. Okay, any other new business? All right, County manager, front door initiative.
Yeah, this was brought up at the last commission meeting, and you did not have a good background on it. I forwarded what we got from the regional commission to y'all, explaining what it was. It is a rural community development initiative through USDA to help attract more things like film and do a better presence on the internet. Not quite sure what it's going to entail, but it's free help, so we're,
No cost.
that's what they said.
Mr. Taylor, have you looked at this?
Yes, sir, I have. And it's-
No?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This refers to RCDI funds. What's that stand for?
Rural Community Development Initiative. Made sure I wrote that down just in case somebody asked.
And under improving the experience of individuals who come to our communities, bullet point 1 is create better community branding to attract interest. Do we have a brand?
I think the chamber does, and I think, that's something we need to work with their economic development committees in conjunction with the county commission.
I think it's pretty much a county brand because it's on all our county vehicles.
Yeah.
So it's,
You're talking about the logo?
The logo. Now,
I'm not sure that's what they mean, but.
well, I'm not either, but create better branding, I mean, certainly, I could see things coming out of that might cost money, and those would be our decisions. I mean, it's, but, I think that there may be the things that maybe could be better advertised in place that would help maybe qualify us or get people to come in here and make moves. All right, any other questions or discussion? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by raising your hand. Motion carries. Next is addition to the vehicle take-home list.
And let me give you a little background on this, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Previously, vehicle maintenance did not have on-call people. We've had a couple of situations lately where vehicles have been driven when they should just stop, call somebody, let them take a look at it. We had an engine that was significantly damaged because somebody tried to limp it home. If we have on-call people, they're going to get called out, they're going to look at it, see the problem, and if they need to go get the service truck, then they'll go get the service truck. This, while it might cost a few extra bucks in gasoline, hopefully it's going to save costs on people trying to get vehicles home, back to the station or whatever that they don't need to be getting back to the station. Particularly the sheriff's department that are running 24/7 and the ambulances that are running 24/7. It's more critical for them, especially if they're more expensive equipment in a lot of cases and they got a lot more miles on them. So that's the idea of allowing this.
The vehicle take-home, will that be someone in the vehicle maintenance shop?
Yes, it will be, it'll either be, they're gonna cover north-south, they're gonna split the county. BJ is gonna cover one half and Bobby's gonna cover the other half.
So they're okay with it?
Yes, and then the way they'll be compensated unless they go over, significantly a major problem, they'll just get comp time, and try and work it out within the pay period.
Do we want to limit this to, provided the people who are taking them home reside within the county?
They do.
I know these two people do, but as far as policy in the future,
You're not allowed to take county visitors.
Outside the county, anyway.
well,
It's already in place. We don't have take-home vehicles outside the county.
Was this for one vehicle or two? You said they were
Two.
splitting it. Okay,
Yeah.
so two vehicles.
One's gonna be, I think, the Crown Vic, and the other one's an F-150.
Got a motion? I make the motion to approve.
I'll second
and this is,
Discussion?
this is gonna be them for two people every day?
Mhm.
Okay.
But they'll drive, I mean, I think Bobby lived, one of them lives like 2 miles from the shop, something like that. It's not huge, but having that response capability is significant.
Okay, any other questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by raising your hand. Motion carries.
I do have one other item, sir. I left, you might be wondering what the thing about Scott Reedsby, why the heck I left that on your spot at the dais. as soon as Nancy changes the case, I will tell you why. As you know, that Wheels of Fire was not run this year. The chamber kind of said, we need to step back, relook at things, reinvent it. Well, an opportunity came for a group that is associated with Scott Rigsby, for one, who is a pretty amazing individual. There's actually some videos out on YouTube with him helping a master sergeant that lost both legs in Iraq, helping him to get into the water and do a triathlon. He carried him on his back so he could swim. A lot of inspiring stuff going on this. So what's going to happen is on the 22nd and 23rd, the event, instead of starting the typical Wheels of Fire, is going to use their route as part of it, but they're also going to have Paralympic type activities for the hand bikes. We've got some real pro promoters that do bicycle events. And one thing Wheels of Fire lacked was, it was not an overnight draw. This is going to be a 2-day event to start getting people in their heads and beds overnight. They're estimating about 300 people to start off, but hopefully larger, with the influence of people like Scott Rigsby involved, and I guess they were holding it in Peachtree before or something like that, but it just was unfriendly, and it didn't have the room to do it, and they basically fallen in love apparently with our course. It's going to be a good thing for Callaway. It's going to be a good thing for the county. We anticipate it growing through the years. So this will be the first time, but we just discussed it at the board meeting last night, and they said you can go ahead and let folks know it's going to happen. It still will benefit the fire departments as well. So I think it'll be a good positive thing for Harris County. So I'm just kind of giving you an update on that one.
You said
22nd and 23rd of August.
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 What do you think?
You didn't say.
Oh.
You just said
Yeah.
22nd.
All right.
Okay, that's all I have, except I just got a message from my wife. She's back from Africa and through customs.
And what?
Yeah, through customs.
Oh,
So
through customs.
She'll be heading this way soon.
Nancy,
Yes, sir.
thing, I guess you had read one that you shared with me regarding an insurance increase. Can we have that added to the next agenda? Is that something we need?
The liability increase that was what,
Liability
642?
increase, just for having a discussion on commissioners.
They need it back by July 1st.
Do we
It
want
was to increase our property liability from $1 million to $5 million at a cost of $2,605.
total or per?
That was
per
the
million?
additional for the $4
That was the admission for
million.
the 4 million.
That was the
So
additional
it's
for 4
like
million.
600 something.
Is that for property, or was that for liability, or for all?
It's the liability coverage, property and liability.
I don't know anything about it, frankly. I don't know. I asked if we had that, if we were getting dinged because we didn't have that much coverage, because we apparently are asked about it every year, but we're not apparently. The only thing is, it just gives us, with the way folks are suing these days, it just gives us more coverage.
It's like having a knife and then getting or going to a knife fight, not having a knife. You wish you had it once you get in the fight. So it comes down to it. You've got $1 million worth of coverage, liability coverage. If you had a verdict that exceeded $1 million, then you're going to have to go to general fund, or you're going to have to go to a tax levy to make up the difference. If you want to increase that rate, then you don't have to go to 5, you can go to 3. But for the potential, you're looking at $640 a year per million, and for the increased coverage. And it's a question of how much do you want to gamble. I've always felt like you're better off having increased coverage than you do, more coverage than you do less, because it's got to come from somewhere. this coverage will be through ACCG, is that
Yes,
correct?
sir. So that's something we do need to vote on tonight.
They need the response back by July 1st.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I just got the policy in this today.
Okay. What we're voting on is to increase our coverage from 1 million to 5 million.
Yes, sir.
And the cost is $640.
No,
No.
2,600.
2,600 more than we're paying
Right.
per year.
Comes out.
Liability.
$204,000. Complete coverage, just the added to it. This is the overall thing. I can only tell you, it's not broken down by that amount, no. I'm sorry. The whole
I
policy
think
itself.
it's well worth it.
I do too.
I make a motion to approve it.
And I second that.
All right, any other discussion?
It's a small price to pay for the type of liability coverage.
Nancy, give me that cost again if you don't mind.
It's roughly 2,605.
Okay, thank
I
you.
can give you the exact cost from the.
Okay, thank you.
That's the increased cost.
Yes, the increase.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
For about $640 a million.
A million more for the extra $4 million, and it changes our insurance bill from $204,000 to $206,600.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by raising your hand. Sorry, we couldn't give you more notice. We just got that in. Nancy sent me an email. First one was sometime today. Okay, Mr. Taylor,
Yes, sir, I have two.
Department of Corrections.
I have two quick things. Before you is an intergovernmental agreement for county capacity at the Harris County Prison. You've already approved this. Every year you have an agreement with the Department of Corrections. You house 125 employees, 125 prisoners, and you're paid, I think, $20 a head to use per day by the Department of Corrections. There is a need to increase that number from 125 prisoners maximum per day to 150 inmates per day at the same rate. We initially said we just would amend the previous agreement, which you've already granted your approval to back in June. It's effective on July 1, but the Department of Corrections has sent down a brand new agreement. It's exactly the same except for it increases from 125 to 150 inmates. I would suggest that you approve this agreement. It's my recommendation that you approve this agreement with the addition of a paragraph 14, which says this agreement supersedes and replaces in full the intergovernmental agreement between Department of Corrections and Harris County adopted on April 21, 2015.
All right. Before I ask for a motion, Gordon, where are these extra 25 going to be housed?
We have.
I'm sure you have a plan, but let us know what it
Yes,
is.
we have the dorms now, where they'll be housed, and it's basically 8 different bunks per dorm, which will add up to the 25. It's already in place. Basically, we will have to get some bunks and some lockers, be a one-time cost on that. And then, once we start getting them in, which will be July 1st, when we start, the extra members come in, we'll be able to use them out on the workforce, which is a big need right now, that we are growing and needing more inmates.
And there is a need, there are prisoners there that can fill
Yes,
it.
yes, sir.
Okay.
And we have been periodically shorthanded, so this will help the situation.
All right.
Can you get those 25 guys out there picking up trash?
They will be. Sir.
Well, in that case, I'm all in favor of this motion.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion that we approve this.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion?
And this is to prove it as amended by Mr. Taylor.
As amended by Mr. Taylor.
Just say it supersedes the.
Supersedes, adding 14. All right, all in favor, signify by raising your hand. Motion carries. And final one is an animal item on this.
Yes, sir. Under the Georgia law, in order for a suit to be brought against the county, an ad valorem, and under general circumstances, an anti-litem notice has to be given within 1 year of the date of accident. There was an accident which occurred on September 23, 2014. It was a collision between a motorcycle and a car which was driven by a deputy sheriff for Harris County. It was at the intersection of Highway 315 and Mulberry Grove Road. Does not appear to be a very egregious type accident. The deputy was turning left and the motorcycle was coming out, and their rearview mirror struck. Now we have gotten a letter from Morgan & Morgan for the People saying that this man had been hurt in the amount of $500,000. I recommend that you deny the anti-litem notice claim, and then this, of course, we will notify ACCG's already been notified, and then they will start the process of adjusting the claim and or defending it if the lawsuit is filed.
Sure is an expensive mirror.
It sure is. But he was bruised, contused, lacerated, and made sick, sore, and lame. So I don't know what the extent of the injuries were. I don't think there were very much. So.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion that we deny this for Mr. What's your name?
I don't have a thing.
Second. All right, we got 2 seconds. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion to deny, signify by raising your hand. Motion carries.
I'll write the attorneys tomorrow and notify them that their anti-litem notice has been denied.
All right.
I have nothing further.
All right.
I need about 60 seconds for update on property acquisition and personnel. Because I have a wife.
And I do too.
You have a wife waiting on you?
All right, got a motion, executive session. I'll make a motion for executive session for property acquisition. And, did you say personnel too?
Personnel, yes.
Okay, property acquisition and personnel. Do I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor? Motion carries.
You guys change your mind?
Absolutely.